Alright, today we're going to do a full self-driving in the Cybertruck version 13.2.8. It's been a minute since the last update. It's been way too long. However, there's news about the Cybertruck itself, in that there is going to be a new version, a less expensive version, and we're going to talk about it in this video while we do the full self-driving and try not to drive over those people. Alright, from this way then. Wherever we go, that's fine with me. And I have to go to Costco. I have to pick up some towels, eggs. Yeah, I gotta get eggs early in the morning. It's not open yet. However, it's about to open any minute now. I am going a tiny bit late. I did want to get there before they open, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to accelerate just briefly. Like, I'm not going to be hitting the accelerator too often, and there's cars here. This is a narrow road. Tesla should be careful here, and it is. It's pulling over. Now we're straightening out. Alright, so this latest Cybertruck, I don't know why they don't just give the street price. Tesla, this is at Tesla's handle, so direct from Tesla. $62,490 including federal tax credit, and it was like $7,500. So this is basically $70,000 for the new Cybertruck, not including the tax credit, but including then 75 off, so 62.5. The all-wheel drive model is 79 minus 75, 72.5. So this is 62.5 versus 72.5. This is $10,000 off. I don't think it's big enough of a stretch between the two, just based on price, for people to get this model. I mean, I guess some want to save that $10,000. I mean, $10,000 is still a lot of money. For that much money, you could buy full self-driving forever on your Cybertruck, whatnot. But you are kind of giving up a lot. They don't tell you straight up on this post what's going on. 362 miles of range, so there's even more range. 362. It sounds like a lot. And yeah, there's even more range. This Cybertruck that I'm driving here, all-wheel drive model, is rated at 325, so it's maybe 8% more range. I mean, still, it's a good amount. 325 versus 362. Yeah, that's right. If you're coming from like the Cyber Beast that only gets like 300 flat, yes, okay, so this is a 20% increase in range. It feels like a lot. And that, I mean, that's definitely something to consider. But I'll tell you, I mean, the range of this truck is not great. It doesn't feel great, and at the same time, I've never really depleted it either. It's just not something that I run into. I charge at home, so I'm basically like full anytime I feel like being full. Then it's full. You just go home and charge at night, and in the morning you're full. I mean, for city folk, it's not an issue. If you're going to really long destinations, is 25 miles gonna matter? Probably not. Oh yeah. That bug fix, right? That bug fix. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna hit any issues with Costco. So we're gonna go to this Costco first, and then we're gonna go to another Costco to get the car wash. And yeah, I figured out the car wash mode. And let's get back to this Cybertruck. So the Tonneau, it says right here, 362 miles of range with soft tonneau. All right, so here we go. This is one of them, the soft tonneau versus the hard tonneau. And in this channel, I've talked about the hard tonneau like exhaustively, how it is absolutely amazing for a truck tonneau cover. It is absolutely amazing. And before, when the Tesla came out, it had the tonneau as an option, and the hard tonneau was an option for around $2,500 during, you know, the initial Cybertruck thing 5 years ago, the initial launch pre-pandemic. That was the deal. That was the deal. $2,500 upgrade. I thought it was an instant upgrade, and if we're going to take it at face value, $2,500 for this tonneau cover, completely worth it. I think it's worth even more. I just use it so often that you just don't have a truck that has that feature, and there's just no other trucks. If you've ever used other trucks with tonneau covers before, it can be a pain because it's raining and then your tonneau cover is wet, and then how are you going to roll it back to get stuff inside? Even if it's raining, you pop it open really fast, load stuff, and unload, or have it cover again. It does leak a little bit, a few drops here and there, but it's not gonna be like devastating or whatever. I don't know. And I saw a video on that seal back there. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look in another video. It's really it's a really simple fix, but because of the seal they use is not great. Yeah, I'll show in another video. Anyhow, soft tonneau versus hard tonneau. Soft tonneau, I mean, right now people are like banging this truck, like not in a bad way, but if you ever have someone come and take a look at the truck, they just want to hit on it, not like in a bad way. They just want to see how sturdy it is, and yeah, the part of the fun is like seeing how sturdy the tonneau cover is and whatever. So that's one thing you're giving up. It's a huge thing. 6x4 bed, okay, 7,500 pounds towing capacity. I think that's down from 1,000. What the? So the car abruptly stopped here, and you know, Costco's right up there. I'm not liking that I'm in this like middle lane. Now there's a person on this right hand lane. You can see them in the mirror right there. I need to be in that lane because it's upcoming right here. Whatever, we'll let the car just deal with it. So the 7,500 pound towing capacity, I'm not really sure what that's about. How did they change it from car to car? I mean, there is a clue, but I'm still not 100% sure that's the reason. And the clue is that the rear bottom hatch cover thing is not available for this. I mean, this is like it has a completely flat truck bed. It doesn't have that little scoop underneath that gives you a little space. This car needs to get out of the way, or else I'm gonna pass it up. Alright, so that's what the Cybertruck has decided to do, just slow down so it can make it over to this lane, go to the Costco. So that little storage area, I'm not a fan of it because there's a good chance that you can get stuck underneath of your luggage. I mean, I do have some stuff in there, even though I'm not a great fan of how that is done. Let's take over here. Oh my goodness. Right when they open, it's like absolutely packed already. Okay, people are like fighting for parking spots. So because of that, I have some tools that are there. I have some. I could have more, but I don't have a whole lot in there. And I should reconsider what you have in there, because if you're towing stuff or you have stuff in the bed, it's gonna get packed, and then once it's packed, then you can't access it. I mean, for my sake, I do use the bed often as, you know, a truck bed, and because of that, that little thing where you can store ice or whatever, it has a drainage. It's a neat little thing. I'm not denying it. It's a neat little box, but is it worth a whole lot? Nah. That's my opinion. I think that's a person going out. Alright. Should be getting a spot right here. Oh, this man. Alright, we'll just continue at the next Costco on this new Cybertruck. Alright, 2 Sentry events. Hopefully nothing happened. Okay, Sentry, where's the next one? Okay. Let's get the heck out of here. Okay. Not liking it. Not yet, not yet. Alright. Full self-driving is on. Early in the drive, it doesn't like to activate right away. Okay, it wants to do a right turn and then a U-turn. But let it do what it does. It changed its mind, it just wants to do a left turn now. Okay, so on the GPS it shows one thing. What it does here is something else. Just getting ready for that left. Alright, and it's going to be a very difficult left, as this spot always is. And that's okay. I mean, you see the opposite side there turning left in here as well. It's a crowded Costco right at this moment. So it's going to be quite difficult. Oh, and there's road construction coming up. That's a super whammy. Makes it very difficult to turn. Okay, so that Tesla's out of the way. And there's a green light. Cars turning in. Here's our opportunity. And the Tesla is gonna take it. It's gonna take it. Are we gonna die? Are we gonna die? Oh, this is difficult. And I'm not really paying attention, but there's a car right there, and wow, that was pro level stuff. I mean, that would have stressed out normal drivers, and that was very impressive. That was very impressive. That turn, it's a pain in the butt. There's a lot of cars going into Costco. There's a lot of cars going opposite direction. That left turn lane has like a little N right there. That was just impressive. Okay, so going back to the Cybertruck, and the Cybertruck, the low-end model, soft tonneau cover, that's where we left off. That soft tonneau cover, okay, no, we left off at that towing capacity. That towing capacity of 7,500, oh man, this thing refreshed on me. 7,500 pounds towing capacity compared to 10,000 or 11,000. The frame thing, that box container on the back is gone, it's flat. I believe the lights, I'm not sure if they're offered for that. The lights in the bed, super handy. I mean, absolutely handy to have when you're working at night. And just if you're a truck person, you will appreciate like all these little things that the Cybertruck offers is just so amazing. So right now, $10,000 difference between these two. And on paper, on this little piece of paper right here, this very little specs that they show here, you know, 10,000 might be okay because you might be like me. You don't even tow anything. You just use the back bed to haul stuff. All right, so that 10,000 tonneau cover, is the tonneau cover worth 10,000? You know, it's not worth 10,000. The value, it sure feels like it's very valuable. So while I say it's not worth 10,000, the value feels very high for the tonneau cover. But I'm not even done yet. There's more. Single motor versus dual motors. And okay, so the dual motors, like this Cybertruck right here, is 2 whole seconds faster 0 to 60. However, 0 to 60 in 6, in my opinion, that's still very quick for a truck. That's just my opinion. Very quick for a truck. You're not going to have problems accelerating with the rear-wheel drive version. However, that dual motor, it comes in, it's better than you think. You know, when you have an electric car with dual motors, I'm not sure if it's all electric cars, but I know with the Tesla, certainly. If you have a GM or a Ford or a conventional ICE car, and you're driving and your motor goes out, you blew the piston, you're not really driving anymore at that point. With a Tesla dual motor, you can blow out one of the motors and you can still drive. So dual motors is not just about power. You have redundancy now. It's kind of amazing like that. You have a redundant motor. Dual motor of a Tesla is a redundant motor. Just look at it that way. So how much is a motor worth? You know, it's just like a generator type of motor. It's not super sophisticated. I guess the more difficult thing is how the heck do they even get these motors in these cars? Who knows? So that's what you're giving up for $10,000. I mean, you are getting advantage because it doesn't have to run the dual motors, so it's a lot less expensive. Yeah, it doesn't drain as much battery. So dual motors, how much is a motor worth? You know, with a conventional ICE car, let's just say a motor is worth like $4,000. With a electric car, let's just say it's $2,000. It's just not that complicated, right? The motor, even it might be large, it's just not that complicated. It's just like a little generator motor, whatever, magnet spinning up motor. I don't know. I'm not completely sure how the motors are built. However, I know it's not nearly as complex as piston valves, belts and whatnot that's needed for conventional ICE motor to run. Okay, so now, I mean, you're giving up the motor, you're giving up the tonneau cover, you're giving up the frame little box thing in the back. But what else are you giving? Are you gonna give up the steer-by-wire? No. Steer-by-wire is gonna be amazing. There's just no way you can give this up. Sound system, yeah, you're gonna give that up. Apparently, it's super sophisticated in here. I can't say for certain because I've only used the sound briefly. I'm not like rocking music very loud and just being a middle-aged man. That's just how it rolls in here. Even my kids, I mean, if they're in here, they're just not. The sound systems, they appreciate it because they're playing on the rear screen on that video console. All right, that video console. there you go. You're giving up that video console in the back, so the kids yelling in your ear. I mean, this thing is a lifesaver for kids that, let's just say, your kids don't have phones, or the kids with phones, they don't have service, and this back panel, they can play games or they can watch their YouTube. They'll have to share, but it's still something, right? It's still something. And I mean, you might think I'm crazy, but like my oldest daughter, she was going against the grain on something, and I didn't appreciate it very much, and that was a while back. And since then, I made an ultimatum to her. I told her, I'm not gonna pay for your phone bill, and she said okay, she'll accept it. And she hasn't used she doesn't have service with her phone. You know, that's among her friends, she's like the only girl that doesn't have phone service, and she's just dealing with it. That's kind of like an 80s or 90s kid, right? You don't have cell service, and what do? She just deals with it. So she uses her iPad or iPhone at home, and when she's out, she just doesn't have service, and she doesn't play in the car, so she likes to, use this rear screen, because that means that she has access to service. But she's savvy enough and to go around looking for Wi-Fi and whatnot, get connected. So yeah, I thought it was it's a life lesson, and you just learn, right? You just adapt and you handle it. So that's back to the rear screen. No rear screen. What else? Oh, this one is a big one. The air suspension. All right, so no more air suspension, and it's hard to explain how big of a deal this air suspension is, because of there's a few things very notable. The first thing that's the most notable is that when you park, it lowers all the way as low as it can, so you can get in and out. And when you're driving, it raises up. Why that's very notable is because you don't have to have those side, I guess those little side panels where you have to step up on a little side step to get into your truck. You see the truck to the left of me is very high. It's very high. And to get into that truck, you have to step on that side step and use that side step to help you get in. Otherwise, you can't get in. So that side step itself is hanging off the side of the car. I mean, it can get damaged, and it weighs quite a bit, and the simplicity is not there anymore. Now you have to get, you don't have to get it side steps, but whatever. Another thing is that you have all these modes. Granted, I don't use all of the modes, but let's say you're using, you like this high mode and you're driving, and I'm about as high as the truck next to me, and I can even go higher. Okay, so there's these high modes, and when you're driving, and the truck is smart enough that at certain speeds, like if you're going faster than 25, it'll just lower itself. Yeah, so just start lowering itself to make it more aerodynamic, and to make it more lower center of gravity and turn better and whatnot. Hey, that is kind of amazing. It is kind of amazing. So yeah, that air suspension, I'm not sure what it's worth if we're gonna compare it. but it's got to be worth at least 2,000. So if you're talking about the savings, there's, I mean, this all-wheel drive model is a far better value, in my opinion. And there's a deal with Tesla. I'm not sure why they couldn't lower the price even more. I predicted it would be 70,000, but there was a lot of talk and chatter that it would be like 60,000 before the tax breaks. And if it was 60,000 before the tax breaks, I think it gives it a lot more fighting chance, because the price just being too close all of a sudden now just means that you're really just fishing for all-wheel drive Model Ys. That model is like a fish expedition, whatever you want to call it. It's just a teaser product for this item right here, which is unfortunate, because a lot of people are just waiting out. They've been waiting out for the low-cost model, and here it is. There was 2 million pre-orders. There aren't 2 million Cybertrucks, and it's going to be a long time before that ever happens. So it's just that Cybertruck is, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but I think the price could use some adjustments. So if you're going to compare it to the Lightning, now you could really compare it up to the Lightning, because the Lightning, they have models that are lower compared to that. And I'm not sure you can compare it to Rivian. Rivian is kind of like the high ticket version. And here, onwards to Costco. We're still going there, from one Costco to the next, and everything's been smooth riding. We've been in mostly in the same lane throughout the traffic. Let's just see what the instructions show. Like, this thing is like ridiculous. It shows me do a little U-turn right there, like a double U-turn, an S-turn. So I'm gonna have to override it once I get closer, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. And, I do want to go on this left lane, but I cannot remember. I think that it's quite a bit up there somewhere. What are they building here? What is this? Visual Experience Fine Art. Wow, that's a new place. Huh? Visual Experience Fine Art. I thought it was like a laser tag place or something. Alright. Yeah, so the other day I was just double checking the car, and in the previous video I went into that little garden area, and I did hit the Cybertruck. And it's fine. I couldn't find the scratches, but yeah, I did hit into those fencing material, and it's all good. Alright. So, China's been in the news a bit, and there's news about the Tesla sales, and it shows that the Model Y is currently the top selling car there. Yeah, the Model Y, and where's the Model 3? Number 8 on the list is the Model 3. So, yeah, I believe Tesla could do better. I mean, if they want to dominate the market a bit more, all they got to do is just have like a GM style marketing, or way of making products. Okay, I'm gonna take over this car really quick. Okay, well, it's getting there. Is it gonna? Okay, well, it freaked out. I thought it was gonna go there on its own, but now I have to force it over. because it's gonna make me do a U-turn and then another U-turn. Look, it's basically a U-turn and then. Okay, so it's a gigantic U-turn. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna leave it on the screen because, and I don't like how it's pointing downwards. Okay. So hopefully it corrects. And, does it correct? No, it doesn't even correct. So I have to drive by myself, like as a human, beyond this point. Get the signal off. What is this signal thing? Okay, and now maybe that's a bug. That signal should have just turned off. Here we passed this spot, and I can turn it back on again because it would not make sense to do another U-turn. Okay, so I turned on full self-driving, and it's not having it. Okay, so the thing is, when you're speeding or you're driving, you can't just turn on full self-driving and expect like instant takeover. You gotta give it a few seconds, and you know, you can't just try to game the system like you see in that Mark Rober test where he hits that styrofoam wall that has already a cutout, exactly like a bang cutout. Don't you find that kind of suspicious? And yeah, the car is a computer. It takes a second to take over. You can't just let go and expect immediate response. It has to adjust to the environment. Alright, so Model Y, number 1 in China. Number 8 is the Model 3. And some BYDs and stuff below that. So the most popular car there is actually, the Model Y. Right, so there's more full self-driving videos on Tesla Memes channel, or his X feed. It's pretty great. But now we're getting to this destination. Okay, so let's just let it go in here. It's deciding to go in here way too early. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so let's just see if we can handle this spot. I just showed. I'm all right. Okay. So what happened is I'm leaning over on the center console, and it's not liking it. So now I'm straight up. I have to open my eyes like super wide open, like I'm trying my best to not appear Asian. And okay, we're in the wrong lane. Are we? Oh, self-correcting. See? So sometimes you see Tesla doing this oddball stuff when there's no cars around because it has no context and it's just trying to learn off of the signs. And why aren't we turning? If you turn, I'll be very angry, Tesla. Okay, obviously you can't turn. We'll be out of here if you turn. Okay, okay, well, I'm out of this. I'm out of this. It was just confused. And yeah, so we did a really good turn earlier. Full self-driving has been near flawless, and right now I could even turn it on while I'm in this drive drive-through line, and which I will do. I'm just gonna turn on full self-driving, let it sit, let it go, and so what do you guys think about the new Cybertruck, the entry-level model? Personally, I think it gets way up. It gets up way too much, and the thing that doesn't give up enough is the price. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you in the next one. Take care.